Hey guys, give me just a second. As soon as I hit go live, I got a phone call. Give me one moment. Alrighty, sorry about that, guys. Hello, everybody. It is Sublimation Day. Well, Sublimation. It is Sublimation Week on Silaholics Anonymous Crafty Business Awareness Month. It is day 26, and today is Sublimation Socks. All right, we are going to do some socks today. I've done some before. I don't do a lot of socks. I need to make some for my brother, but I don't really do them often. So you don't really see me do a lot of lives with them, but we are going to knock them out today. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into this, get started. As I said, if you watch my crown video, because I had to do that, I'm always for when it comes to the babies and their senior moments. I don't play about that stuff, and I had to get that one in. So they're on their way to pick that up, which cut into my live time for tonight. And I promised even that I would not be late. I'm already past my time because we have some things that we need to watch. And I promised him I wasn't going to be late. So I need to cut this one short so that I am not on here for 2 hours. And then he's upset because we missed our date night, TV night. Oh, God bless you. Oh, thank you. I'm pretty sure y'all say bless you. So I said thank you then, but I also said thank you to myself. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. I am Shakia, the professor of Silaholics Anonymous, and the product line, Honestly Speaking, which we will be using tonight. I will be using Honestly Speaking sublimation paper as well as Honestly Speaking ink for this. I did have a few other socks I was going to do, but we do have HS Ink Day on Saturday. So I will do those on that day, but we're just going to do a pair of silky socks, athletic crew socks, and then a no-show, but it's not Silky Sock. It's another brand. Socks are a really good moneymaker. For me, it's a part of Team Small. Y'all know I love things that you can do with a small format printer. You don't always have to do large items and have to have a large format or wide format printer. There's a lot of things that you can do with a small format printer, and socks, especially the way Silky Socks On is made and the fact that it has the cotton bottom and you just kind of have the top. You also have some full ones also. So with the way that those are made, they are great for those who have small format printers. So if you thought that you could not do socks, you definitely can. Even when it comes to the no-show socks, like Silky Socks On, you can do that with a small format printer. So those are great money makers. Places that you can really tap into, if you know event planners who do slumber parties, doing like a set, a pillowcase, a shirt, a socks, eye mask, and things like that. That's a great way to kind of get into socks. Or if you are someone that does tent parties, slumber parties, and you want to be able to take that on yourself. Don't have to get any fancy like equipment. You can get a small format printer. You can use a easy press in order to do it. So you don't have to have a really big heat press when you are doing items like this. Athletics, like for schools, sports teams. My sister just did some where she just put, a really small logo on some, I'm not sure if it was sanitaries, but she put a really small logo on some socks for some kids. She wasn't really worried about like having to stretch them too much because it was like little kid legs. They weren't going to stretch that much. But for adults, you definitely want to use jigs in order to stretch it out so that once you press it and it shrinks back down, it can look a little shrunken together. But once the person puts it on their leg, you're not going to see a lot of white. There's no way to get to all of the peaks and valleys. So as they put them on, you can see white through it because there's no way to get through all of those peaks and valleys. The one great thing about Silky Sock is he has socks, which where in the heck did it go? Oh, it's right here. Where the inside is colored. So that helps with not seeing as much white because as it spreads, wherever there's no color, what you will see is the inside color here. And he has them in different colors, whether it's pink, yellow, black, purple, like all of those. These are the black ones. I also have like some blue ones and some yellow ones. But I like the fact that they're like this. Now, the ones that are all white, you're going to see the white inside. There's really no way to kind of avoid that. But the bottom part is a cotton. So you don't have, like this part does not sub and it's black. You may see a little bit of ink. When you have the colored ones, when you do your bleed to make sure that it goes all the way to the edge, you will see a little line of demarcation on them. Really no way to avoid that if you want to ensure that you have a full bleed on your sock. I also want to say not everything has to be a full bleed. You can take this and simply put a logo on one side or the other. It does not have to be full coverage. That's anything with sublimation. Just because the whole thing is polyester or polycoated doesn't mean that you have to coat or press the entire thing. You can press these this way where it will pretty much be a seam to the front and a seam to the back. I don't really recommend that way unless you definitely want to do a full bleed and what you want to show is on the sides. Then you'll have to do it that way. If it is something where it's more so for the front, you want to load it onto your jig this way, where the front is flat and the back. And then you're going to see with this part, you're going to tuck your heel in so that you can get even pressure. Silky socks are made really, really thick. They are really, really, really great quality socks. They're not super expensive. If you sign up for like his wholesale, you get, I want to say it's like 50% off of his retail. And then he's always running sales for like 53% off. So great value. But if you want some in the meantime, in between time, just to practice for yourself, your family, before you invest in the really good socks for your clients, you definitely can hit up a wide variety of places. Walmart is one of them. Pretty sure they have a version of it, and these are already coming off or whatever. Pretty sure Target and some other stores have versions of these as well, but these are all, well, let me see. This is the Silky Sock one. It's really, really thick, y'all. The Silky Sock ones are very, very thick. These are not super thick. They're not thin, but they're not super, super thick either. So these are the And One socks. Somewhat the same. They both have this little rib here at the bottom. And these are, I'm going to put it up for you. 94. Oh, come on, please focus. Okay, let's see. Oh, come on. I don't know why it won't focus. But they're 94% polyester, 6% spandex. All right. So that's the makeup of these. They're going to sub well. You also have, so N1 has those. They have the low cut socks, which are kind of like no show, but not quite. These are lightweight also. So they're not super, super thick. They are lightweight, and you may prefer a sock that's a little bit more lightweight. These are 95% polyester, 5% spandex, and this one was 94 and 6. They also have ankle socks, and there's some other ones too that have a gray heel. You can just sub, or you're going to sub to it. The gray will take it a little bit different than the white, but they have them with a gray heel as well. And these are like $12 for 12, so it's like basically $1 a pair. And these are 97% polyester, 3% spandex. So this one is has more polyester to it. All right, so there's that. There's also socks from places like Five and Below. Yes, and she's here. Give me 1 second. I realized that I forgot to take pictures of that crown. So hopefully I get some pictures from her, like at least with it on, because I forgot to take pictures of the crown. Anywho, where was I at? Oh, Five and Below has some, and they like, I have the colored ones from Five and Below. Where's the rest of them? Oh, there they are. But they also have them in white. They're not like the greatest. I walk around with these in the house, and like my niece and stuff, and I have made some of these for like my nieces with like days of the week on the back and like silly sayings on the back. And they do have them in white. Dollar Tree also has some. The ones from Dollar Tree are very, very Dollar Tree-ish. They fray very, very easily. They're not really made for you to be walking around without any shoes on. Yeah, they're not like the greatest, but hey, they work, and I have made some like that. The other thing that they have, which most people don't think about, and it's probably the only way that you're going to be able to do it, because like Silky Sock and places like that, they don't sell them. But for all of you guys doing the baby boxes, I haven't seen anyone put socks in them. So these Wonder Nation socks are 96% polyester, 2% spandex, 2% other fiber. But these are really, really cute. They also have ones that are more like, I don't want to call them church socks, but they're more of like a silkier feel to it, and they're just straight white. So they have those also. And then with baby feet, well, unless, you know, the parent didn't size up, whatever, but like for these, they're not going to stretch a lot when you put them on the baby's foot. So you can just make a small, like kind of measure it and make like something just to kind of hold it in place. You can even just like stretch it out and press it flat and then put your design on top, because for a baby's foot, it's not going to really stretch this out so much where you're going to see the white. So you can just press these kind of as is, just kind of lay them flat and then press a design to the front and then press it on the back. So these very cute baby socks can be sublimated as well. All right. So that's that, because you don't really find these anywhere. So this is a great way to kind of personalize, also put in your baby boxes. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to drop my, the professor taught me and like just the tie dye on all of these just to make it quick, easy, and simple. All right. So let's head on over to the screen. Now, Silky Sock does provide templates for them, for his socks, but it's not like a real, like true type template. Now for Photoshop, it's a little bit different. It has layers and things like that. Unfortunately, for Silhouette Studio users, you do have to have Designer Edition or above in order to use his templates, because they only come PDF and who's the other ones? PDF and Photoshop. So you can open up the PDF file in Silhouette Studio, but you have to have Designer Edition or above in order to open up PDFs. You can upgrade to Designer Edition or Business Edition from the links in my in the description of this video. But they're going to come in. So let me just open up another one. So we're going to go File, Open, and right here. And it's going to say as a vector or as an image. Either one of them will work. If you open, I'm going to open this one as an image, since the other one I opened up as a vector. So here is this one. The only thing with it is it's just the box. So you would have to basically trace it. But if you open it up as a vector, you can ungroup, move the socks out of the way, and now you have the boxes, which that's all you really need for the socks is a box. There's really no major template for it. It's just filling in the box. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this down to 0. And let's see, I didn't bring that over here. Let's go ahead and paste. And I'm going to shrink this down. And then let's ungroup. Let's group this together. And let's ungroup this. I just want to fill this in. I have Designer Edition. I have Business Edition. Well, let's first just go ahead and weld this so that it's back to being one solid image. I think I want to rotate this. Actually, I think I want more of the pink. So 2 ways that you can do this. If you have Designer Edition or above, you can use what's called the Properties Dropper. You're going to click right here, click, and it's going to fill that in. Go over to the color palette, go to Patterns, Advanced Options, click on the drop down, and maintain aspect ratio. It's going to be like that. Go to Pan, and pan it around to the area where you want it to be. The other way that you would do this is place the background. We're going to send it to the back. You're going to determine where you want it. I can barely see my blue line. So we're going to move this over some so I can somewhat see it. So you would position it where you want. You're then going to select it, go to Modify, and then Crop. So that's going to crop that down into that template. And that's all you really have to do. So let's go. And now the one thing I like about having this picture is if I put this here, I'm going to bring this to the front. I'm going to go to my transparency, take this down. Actually, no, I'm doing it backwards. Let's undo, send that to the back. I want to take the transparency down on my background so that I can see through it. And I will know exactly where to place this and how to size it. So I want this to be a little bit smaller. I kind of want it up to the top. It can be hit or miss with getting it, like trying to get right under the rib. So I'm just going to kind of go right here. And then my background, I want it to be where the tie-dye part of it is kind of in that middle section. So we're going to go back to advanced, go to pan, and move this around. I like that right there. And let's move it all the way over some, kind of centered and squared. So this looks like it's going to be too short. So let's make that a bit bigger. And you can also measure your sock on the jig to see exactly what size it should be. So I'm good with that about there. Let's take the transparency back up on that. And I don't need this. Then we're going to just make a duplicate of this. And then this is going to be the back. So I'll just make a duplicate without the, what's the name? We're going to go to no, well, for machine, none. I'm going to go to 13 by 19. So I can just print these all to one sheet of paper. We're going to put this here. And then my ones here, I'm going to Control-C copy and then paste. Of course, I'm not going to be able to get this one on here also. Oh, you know what? I have some tacky paper. I'm going to use that for that one. So let's go ahead and just get this one printed out. And there is a way also that I've done these to where I would basically make the front and back one. And then I would, instead of rolling it, I just press the side to my heat press, which, you know what, let's do it that way. I'm going to do it both ways. So we're going to flip this one horizontally. Like that. And then this one, we will do the traditional way. So let's group that and place that there. All right, so we're going to go File, Print. I'm going to go to my Sublimation printer, Preferences. I already have a preset for 13 by 19 paper. I print with plain paper, bright white. Quality is set to quality. Quiet mode on. More options, custom advanced, Adobe RGB 1.8. I have several videos that go over these settings. High speed on, mirror, of course, maintenance, extended settings, thick paper and envelope, and then my density is at -10. So we're going to hit OK, OK, and print. So we're going to let that go. All right, and then for this one, I'm going to put my bleed on it. So I'm going to go offset, and I'm going to make that just a little bit bigger. So let's just go with 0.25. That's probably too much space, but actually I'll probably just go with 0.2 and apply. I'm going to move. I really don't need, well, this is like my sock, depending on what I was going to put on it. If I wanted to, you know, for it to be in a specific spot, like when I make, what happened? Error printing. Hold on 1 second. What's going on? Couldn't print the document. Why? There's no error on the printer. All right, cancel. Yes. File, print. Let me make sure my Wi-Fi. Yep, I'm on the right one. Okay, why are you in an error state? All right, let's go to settings, devices, printers and scanners, sublimation, manage, run troubleshooter. And let's cancel that and come back over here. So I want to put this on my bleed. I'm going to just use the same one. I'm going to click here, click on my properties dropper, fill that in with color. Well, with this. All right, why are you not responding? There we go. So we're going to then go back to the color palette, patterns, and maintain aspect ratio, pan. All right. And we're going to make 4 of these because we need the ones for the back. And the ones for the back, we need to flip horizontally so that it's the right way when I put it on the back side. All right, let's see what's going on with my printer here. It's still checking. All right, don't know what's going on with my printer. Okay, now it says ready. So we're going to go to preferences. Everything is okay. So we're going to close that. Okay, and print. Do not show this again. Print. And I'm going to print these on some of the roll paper. So I'm going to just cut these, come over here, and I'm going to make this 8.5 by, I think this piece is maybe like 20 inches that I have here. And I'm going to paste the rest of this. Let's see. Can I get both? No, I'm not going to be able to do both. Let's see if I can kind of, because I mean, I do have the bleed there. So let's see if I can somehow fit. Because I would normally do these on 13 by 19, but I'm going to try and squeeze these in on this one. And same thing with this one. I'll just have to cut another piece. This is going to be a total of 25. So let's just go 20, 25 and a half, 26 inches. So let's just go 26. All right, and I'm going to print this on the 2720. So file, print. I'm going to go to my Sublimation 2720. I'm going to go to preferences. I'm going to go to my HS Ink sub roll. All the settings are the same except for the fact that I'm on the 8.5 inch roll. And I'm going to go OK and print on that one. Let me cut my sheet down. What did I say? 26. Let's see what size is this one. Hopefully this one. Yeah, I knew this one was only 20 inches, so I can't use this piece. All right, let me cut another piece of the roll. All right, let's see. Where is 26 inches? And we're going to go ahead and cut that. Let's switch to the main cam. You guys can somewhat see me. Move my hot glue gun. So with this, I'm just going to load it into the rear feed. Print side, it's the rough side. You'll notice how it curls. That's the print side. I'm going to just slide that on top of the paper that is here. It's going to give me a paper mismatch. I just hit OK. I go to change setting. OK. And then print. That's going to take a while to print. This one is almost done. So for that one, I am using the 8.5 inch roll. Of sublimation paper. And then the other ones, I'm using the regular 13 by 19, honestly speaking, regular sheets. Now, for jigs, which you definitely need, I purchased my jigs from Silaholics, right? So that's where I got my first set from. They're pretty pricey. And I don't do a lot of socks like that to kind of keep a bunch of these on hand. So what I did was, y'all know one of my favorite things is foam boards. So I take the Elmer's foam board and I put it in my heat press. Same temps I sub with, 365, 30 seconds. I press it and it flattens it out. And so the jigs that I paid for, I take them and put them on top of the compressed foam board, trace them out, cut them out. Now I have jigs that I can, I can make my own, or if you want to cut yours from like, what's those things called? MDF. The one thing that I love about Silaholics, and I thought about this because these are really thin. When you use the MDF board, it is really thick here. So you really have to roll them. The ones from Silky Socks are very thin, so you don't have to roll as much because it really is going to give you some good coverage because it's not super, super thick. But I just use these as templates. I've never pressed to any of my actual originals, and I trace them onto compressed foam board, cut them out, and now I have an additional jig. So let's do that one. I think both of these are my, no, this one might be an actual Silky Sock one. No, this, yeah, because this has the line. So this is definitely a Silky Sock one. This is a Silky Sock one. This is a Silky Sock one. And I can tell too, because his is kind of shiny and my foam board ones are not shiny. So this is mine. These two are his. This is a Silky Sock. Silky Sock. Mine. 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 Silky and Silky. So yeah, but that's what I do for mine. All right. While that is printing out, I'm going to load a sock. Just as soon as I find the one that it is. So it's this one for the Silky Sock that I'm going to use, which is the athletic sock. Where did it go? So here's how I load mine. I take it up like this. I put my hand inside like this, making sure like it's kind of like a puppet. So I have to make sure that my puppet hand is in the right spot. So I put it in like this, and then I grab the jig and pull it down. So that's how I load mine. And then you want to tuck the heel. And I like to try and get it where one of the valleys falls on the edge. So I try and make it really straight, and I try and get it to where the valley is on the edge. And that also helps to make sure that I get ink on the full surface of the shirt. I mean, the sock. Oh, that one's over there is done. This one is almost done. All right, so there's that one. And then where is my other sock? Oh, wait, I don't want to have to do one sock. Where is my other sock? Where for Art Jesus is my sock? All right, we may have to do one of the and one socks for the other one. Oh man, it shifted. So it's printing off the edge. I don't know if I'm going to do the back side of this one. Or I had it too close. All right. We're going to let that go. It shifted just a little bit. All right, so this doesn't have the black bottom, but oh, this is a longer sock. Where are those crew socks? Well, this isn't quite like that one either. All right, we'll try and see. Where is my other silky sock? I didn't come in here with one sock. Oh, here it is. I found it. So let's load this one up. So again, I like pull them all the way like that. I put my hand in it like it's a puppet. I grab with the little puppet mouth, I grab my jig, and then I take the top of the sock and pull it over. Oh no, this is, I don't want to mix socks. This is one of the silky socks that doesn't have the black, it's white. I don't want to mix the socks. So we'll just do one of the and one socks. It's not quite the same. This jig is a little too big for this particular sock. But it's just so you can see the steps to press the top. Oh, wait, that's wrong. Actually, I wonder if I can put this one on one of the smaller ones, the smaller jigs, because this sock is pretty tight. All right, I don't know. Let's see. Let's grab it and pull it. So of course on this one, I can't go all the way down because I originally made this for the black sock. So we're just going to go pretty much the same area that one is in. And I'm not going to worry about twisting this one too much because it's not a really, like, it's not the one I really want to do. I need to redo this one. So we have these, and then we just printed out our no-show, and the no-show is the same thing. The ones I'm using are the and ones, so I had to create my own jig for it, and I made it the same way as I did the other one with a piece of foam board. Yeah, this, I think, because I cut it with the scissors, it wasn't very a straight edge, so it shifted a little bit when it went in. I want to be careful because I don't use butcher paper, so I want to make sure I don't get any ink, which I did on the back. I'm just going to put a little piece of heat tape right there. Oh, wait, I just put ink. I'm going to have to cover this up. I just put ink all the way across the back of this because I had ink on these scissors. I'm going to put a little piece of heat tape on that one to cover up the ink spot. And then on this one, let's cut off the ink spot. All right, let's head on over to the heat press. All right, let's go ahead and do the no-shows first. For their low cut. So this is the same way. I load them the same exact way. I kind of make a little puppet, making sure that my hand is like my puppet hand, or the smile is here, so that when I grip it, I can just pull it over. I'm going to do that one. I'm at a bad angle over here. All right, so we're going to rotate that. And I do like to pre-press these just so that they're nice and flat. And also check the pressure. These are not silky socks, the way silky socks they come. This one did, I don't know, this one was okay. This one did kind of funky with where it landed, but this is just for demonstration purposes only. We're gonna put well, now with this design, it doesn't really matter which one was which, but I think this was actually the top one. So we're just going to go there, and yeah, this is actually the other side because it doesn't quite fit, but it's enough bleed to where I'm okay. And just so that they stay in place as I flip them, I'm going to tape them. This is just so that I can flip them. Since I don't want to, like, I can cut it and then flip them and put them right on top. But since it's already printed this way, I'm just going to tape them so I don't have to cut them down. We're going to flip them over, press them, 365, 30 seconds. Oh, if you wanted to protect the insert, you can put a piece of parchment paper inside to protect that. Which I'm going to do that for my athletics because that is my actual silky sock jig and I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper on the inside to protect it. As soon as I find my parchment paper, because I don't like to use butcher paper for that. And I'm going, because the color is pretty much the same, I'm just going to put this right back in this little spot for the other side, which means I am going to have to cut these down in order for me to leave them in that exact same spot. I am going to have to cut these down so that, and the one thing I don't like about cutting these down is I do technically like expose the edge of the ink. Like the edge of the paper, it can gas out from the side. So I'm taking a really big, oh, you know what? Let's see. Can I line this up by just looking through it? All right, I am going to cover this up only because there is some exposed ink. Paper-wise, it's not for my paper that I need to cover this up. I need to cover it up to protect my heat press from the exposed ink so that I don't get sublimation ink on my heat press. So because I'm putting this on here, it is a heat barrier. I'm going to let this go for about 45 seconds instead of 30 because I'm at 365. And I'm glad I did because I have some ink right along here and there, and that would have been on my heat press. So I'm glad I did choose to protect it because there is some ink on here. And you see, did you hear so it peels off, so it sticks to your fabric. That will also help prevent ghosting. That is pretty hot. So there's those. And I'll let those cool and then I'll take those off. All right. So on to these. And, well, I don't see what I'm going to do is wrap this with my heat tape because I don't like to use butcher paper because sometimes it can still go through. I like parchment paper. But for the sake of this, to protect my original jigs, I don't want any ink on it. That's another way I tell my originals from the ones that I make. I'm just going to put some heat tape up there. Another way that wide heat tape comes in handy, we do sell this on our website, shop.silaholics.com. You can get the wide heat tape. Like I said, there's so many versatile uses for the heat tape. So you want to try and keep that line straight. So for this one, I'm going to do the wrap technique. And this one, I'm just going to press and roll. All right. So let's cut this in half. And then with this one, all right, we're going to tuck my heel. This is my front side. I'm going to put this on here like that. Oh, wait. Duh, I have to cut it down. If not, how am I going to know where to line it up at? So I need to cut down this part right to the edge. Like, well, technically go over the edge just a little. Just to make sure you don't have any white. Same thing on this side. You can go over the edge just a little to make sure that you don't have any white. So you want to cut into the ink. All right, this is the front, so we're going to put this here. I'm going to wrap it. And then on this side, I'm going to wrap it and tape it. Wrap that pretty tight, and I'm going to tape it. Which I actually should have left. I should have left some on this side, only cut one, because now again I have exposed ink, like it can gas out. So because I have that exposed, I am going to have to go down this whole thing with heat tape to make sure that it does not gas out and get on my heat press. But I actually should have left one side of it longer so that it goes over and then the gas doesn't have anywhere to escape. All right, we put another piece. All right, I need to go all the way down. I don't see my other one. Just going to keep taking a couple little pieces here. You won't have to do this if you leave the extra gap on the other side. This is only because I forgot that part and I take a chance of getting ink on my heat press. All right. So for this one, I'm going to start off by holding this up against my heat press for 30 seconds, the edges of it. And if you have two socks, you can do them at the same time. Well, you should have two socks, well, a pair of socks. So we're just going to press that along the edge of it for about 20 to 30 seconds. Okay? And then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. Okay? So that's done. And now let me grab my butcher paper. This one, I'm just going to, let's flip this some more and straighten it out some. So this is the front. So we're going to put this right here. I'm going to kind of come down to the edge, make sure that it's nice and centered. All right. Y'all are mighty quiet. Why y'all so quiet? I come back over here, there are no comments whatsoever. Why y'all so quiet? That one. We're going to flip this one over. We're going to flip this one over. Place this print on top. Press. The jigs are the actual jigs from Silky Sock. So I purchased a set and then I compress foam board, trace it on there, and then use those. So because they're pretty pricey. So I purchased one set. Oh shoot, I forgot to roll these. Dang it. The whole purpose of this method was I was supposed to roll it. And I just realized after the fact I forgot to roll it. All right, but there's that. Absolutely no ink on the back. We're going to turn that off because we are done with that. We're going to take these over here, let them cool a little bit. I cannot believe I forgot to roll. You definitely need to roll them, but it's a good thing I did it because then you'll see what happens when you don't roll. Of course, they're worth buying because you need them to put it in there. Like you need to stretch out, to stretch out your shirt. So yes, they're definitely worth buying, but I just didn't purchase a bunch of them to kind of have a bunch of socks. I can then remake them because the foam board, you get a 20 by 30. It's $1.77. So I just put them in the preheat press, let it compress flat, and then I trace it and cut it with scissors. So when you press, okay, so her question was, when you say roll, what do you mean? So once you press the first side, what I should have done was roll the sock to where you would see a little bit. So you take it and you roll it over the edge. That way, once you press it, you won't have white lines along the side. So let's see how bad did it make it where I forgot to roll. So it's not too bad, but when you roll, you avoid that white line right there. So I'll show you on Saturday, but you roll it so that it is now like you roll it to the side that you're about to press. So you roll it that way. So that way, when you put the new print on it, it's going to overlap that ink and you won't have any white spots like I have here. But there's that. And then this one, I'm just going to slide it out. And because I pressed it, I didn't have to roll this one. I got my side pieces. They already have ink on it. It looks a little white, but in person, it's not white at all. So I'm going to take this one off the jig. And now I can also take my tape off. And now I don't have any ink on my jig. Oh, I'll take that off afterwards. But now with this one, see, you don't have that white line at all. All right. So there's the professor taught me to be incredible, and here's the proof. Ugh. I don't know how I'm planning on doing this for y'all to see this. Maybe I should put it on the other camera. This isn't going to work either. I got to put it on the other camera for y'all to see it on my leg, or I'll take a picture of it on my leg. That wasn't going to work. I don't know what I was thinking. And I'm going to put this one on too. There are two different socks. The and one is definitely a lot thinner, but it's still a good sock. Oh, wait. I did that on the side. And so I wish I could show you it on my leg. These are, they're white, so you can kind of see. I don't know how I'm going to show you guys. I'll post a picture of the difference between the socks when you have the and one and it doesn't have any black in it, and how thick and nice looking the silky sock ones look, even on my extra thick leg. And then these, so there's that one. And then the jig for this. The ink, these are very thin. It's very porous, so your ink will go through. You can't really reuse these unless you're going to put a piece of parchment paper. And that's what I was saying before. I could have put a piece of parchment paper in there because you have this. And because it is so porous, it will go through it. So these technically you don't reuse. That's just why I like to make mine. Let's see. So yeah, my template, I purchased the silky sock jigs and then I traced them onto foam board. Oh, to print the silky sock one, they just came from that. But if you're using regular socks, just measure it. For socks, you really don't need like a dedicated template. You can, once you put it on your jig, just measure it and put an offset, and that's your template. The ones that are all white. So once it'll kind of be like the other ones I have on my foot. So the ones that are all white, I mean, they look great when they're subbed, but you don't have so you have peaks and valleys. There's no way to really get into all of that. So once it's stretched, you're going to see more of the white. So that's with any socks, whether it's silky or any of them. That's why he has the one that has the colored on the inside, because when you have just the white ones, once someone puts on their foot, if it's overly stretched, then you will see the white lines. Let's see. I'm going to move all this stuff here. All right, let's see if we can do this. Uh-oh. I unplugged it again. All right. Silky sock. Which I put this one on the side. Ugh. The white one. Uh-oh, hold on. Let's go like that. See, you can see. I'm just going to rotate this on my foot. Don't talk about my ashy foot, okay? I wasn't supposed to be up here like this. See how you can see more of the white? Ugh. See, it's a little bit darker because it's stretched and you can see more of the white. And this black, the colored bottom really helps because if it, I mean, this one, I could technically do the whole thing. But because I was trying to match this one, I already had it made for this one, and I brought the wrong one. I brought the one that had the white on the inside. Because I don't have color, you know, it kind of looks kind of weird with it stopping right there. That's why I love Silky Socks colored bottoms, because you don't have to do the whole thing and you don't have that weird line. Because there are some of them that have only polyester at the top and the bottom is still cotton. So you can only get a good print up here anyway. So you're going to see that line of demarcation. All right, hold on. Let me, now look here. I will tell you, you're going to see my ankles. They're a little ashy now. Don't talk about my little ashy ankles. I'm going to put these no-shows on. Don't be talking about my little ashy ankles, okay? And these are not made for me. They were for MJ. So the color on here definitely stretches because these were for MJ, not for me. My feet are too big for these socks. Ooh, child. Let me not show y'all all the paper on the floor. Look at the... So these are still really good to practice with. Great for making socks for your family and just practicing with. It's still great color. Great color. You'll know on camera, I don't think you can tell the difference, but you see more of the white here than you do down here because these are too small for my ankle, so they're overly stretched. But looking at the toe and then this part, you can see the difference in the color. See? Yep, the N1s you get from Walmart, really good to practice with. I think it's like $11.47, $11.97 for 12 pair. So, and I mean, I like the feel of N1 socks. They're thinner. The thicker socks take the ink, or, I mean, it just looks it looks better. It's a thicker sock. But if for people that don't like thick socks, like MJ actually doesn't like thick socks, then that's why we buy him the N1s. These are perfect. All right. Oh, yeah. She says, I love your commitment to show us the final product. Don't judge me. Yeah, he doesn't have like an all over one that has the black going all the way through the inside. No. Thank you. All right, y'all. It is 9:41. I've been on here for it. I gave y'all a whole hour. I know I've missed Big Brother. So yeah. Yeah, the N1 socks are okay for simple logos and quick to get them from Walmart. I'm not sure. She said, oh, no, she said she made hers out of aluminum at 4.5 inches. 4 inches thick? Or you mean wide? Because thick that's too big. Do you mean 4 inches wide? Hey, Hans. You are very welcome. She says, I looked up sock jigs on Amazon and copied the dimensions. She says, yes, we're up here looking at the professor's feet. Oh, okay, wide. I was about to say, I'm like, 4 inches thick. That's all right, y'all. So thank you guys so very much. I need to go because I need to catch my shows. I didn't watch Married at First Sight. I gotta watch Big Brother before I get on Facebook and see all the spoilers about who got evicted. And yeah, so I'm gonna go. Sorry that this one wasn't, a 2-hour one, but hopefully in this hour you got a lot of great information. Don't forget, and I did not even plug our website, but don't forget to visit our website, shop.silaholics.com. If you didn't see my PSA, public sublimation announcement, I think I'm going to start using that a lot more. I like how that sounds. This is a PSA, public sublimation announcement, about the 7210s and them not being available. Definitely check that out. The video is long because I was answering questions, but I talk about it in the main part. So you can watch the first part of it, and it breaks everything down as far as what's going on with the Epson printers and really what your options are if you're just getting into sublimation and you're looking for a sublimation printer. It really is a wide format one. It really breaks down what your options are going to be. So definitely check out the video that I did earlier today. And even though the video is long, in that first part of it, I really break that down. So you don't have to watch all of it like it's a whole movie, because I was on, live and answering questions, and I repeated that for when people came on. So you can just watch the beginning part of that about the Epson printers. All right. And then don't forget to visit our website, shop.silaholics.com, for all of your Silaholics, all of your Honestly Speaking products that you saw me use today. Let's go back over here. So that's your sublimation ink and your sublimation paper. Don't forget about our giveaway. Just click on enter giveaway. All you have to do is purchase a gift card. You can then take that gift card and purchase products from our website. The giveaway is for a 7720 printer, the full quick start bundle. That's pre-filled cartridges, syringes, needles, chip resetter, full bottles of ink, paper, and heat tape. So you can purchase a gift card. It's one entry for every $5. And that drawing will take place on September 5th at 6:18 p.m. You don't have to be present in order to win, but you do have to respond back within 48 hours. If you do not respond back, I will be back on live to pick another winner. All right. So, I normally have some guys. Jesse was on and then he left. I have a few guys that hang out with me. Your time and patience is very much appreciated. Thank you for what you do. You are very welcome. All right, guys. Thank you so very much. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.